Hi, Jevon, good to talk to you. Was wondering if Josh Boyer wants you to learn both safety and corner. Obviously, you've had success at both in Oregon, or are you focusing on free safety for now?
I'm trying to absorb as much knowledge as possible, really, and then wherever coach wants me, just trying to help the team win.
Safin?
Hey, Jevon, saw your family posted, a really heartfelt message, to you when you're getting into the airport last week or this week. Just wanted to get what did that message kind of mean to you, when you look back on it and your way over here?
It meant a lot. My family, they are a big part of my support system. And so, that was near dear to my heart. And I appreciated that from my father, of course. Yeah, thank you.
Joe?
Hey, Jevon, it's Joe in Palm Beach. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Coach Flo doesn't praise incoming rookies or rookies too often. He makes you guys show something first. But one thing he said after you were drafted caught my attention. He said that Jevon, he believes, has the ability to quarterback a defense and that you're a good communicator. Can you tell me about what you think goes into doing that well, quarterbacking the defense?
I think learning as much as possible about the defense and then having a team mentality is definitely what goes into that. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, of course. Just try to absorb as much knowledge as possible. And then at the end of the day, be able to, help my teammates in any way possible.
Travis?
Hey, Jevon, welcome down to Miami, man. I wanted to ask you about a drill we saw on social today. Our social team posted it to Twitter where you were working the hand drills and the bags and stuff. And I'm wondering how important it is to have, active and physical good hands for a defensive back and just what you can take away from that drill.
I think it's important to be as well-rounded as possible and absorb as much knowledge as possible, like I've previously said in the previous questions, of course. But just trying to get, as wide as perspective as possible as a player, new to a team. Trying to find my role. So really trying to absorb everything, like I said previously, and really just help the team in any way.
Safin?
Jevon, I know you opted out last season. What was it like being in an organized practice, today? What did you feel like you were training enough during your year off, or do you feel like, you have a little ways to go?
I feel like I am in the rookie class and progressing and, getting a lot of knowledge thrown at me and, trying to absorb it all. And so I feel fine. Thanks, man.
Hey, Jevon, one of your teammates is Jevon Howard, and he's like one of the best pass interceptors in the NFL, if not the best. And I always like asking him about the things that go into an interception. Like, interceptions don't just happen, whether it's film study, etc. You had a bunch of picks in your first 2 years in college. So can you kind of tell me what you think are some of the keys that go into recording an interception on game day?
I think in college is a completely different beast than the NFL. And so, these are high caliber quarterbacks. These are really great quarterbacks. So I have no knowledge of how to get interception in the NFL. And that's really what I'm trying to absorb all the knowledge as possible. And so when Xavier gets here, I hope to pick his brain and try to get as much knowledge as he'll give to me so that I can go out there and perform and have my team win.
How?
Hey, Jevon, going back to the communication part of your game, a lot of times with pro athletes, you hear about their really good communication skills, but you also learn that when they were younger, they were super silent and had to come out of their shell. Have you always been a vocal leader, that kind of player, or did it take transition for you?
I think my personality has always been somebody who likes to speak up. But in terms of football, I think knowing what you're supposed to do and having the confidence while playing is exactly what goes into communicating. So, I think that's the truth in that.
Travis?
Hey, Jevon, Travis again. You've had a couple of days now on the field and in the classroom with your rookie teammates. I'm just wondering what's your first impression of the class, and is there maybe like one theme that kind of you recognize in all these guys down here together now?
Everybody's a hard worker. and everybody understands that they're coming in here trying to absorb much as knowledge as possible, and just find a role. And that's really the common goal here is find a role and produce and help the team.
Omar?
Jevon, I wanted to ask you about the process of rookie camp. Obviously, last year they didn't even have a rookie camp. This year, you guys don't necessarily have a full, complete team, but you have enough to practice. What's the day like for you? What's the routine?
Really, I have no idea, any recollection of last year or the previous years of how rookie camp should be. I only know that this year we're going out there competing every team period or periods that we have, and then supporting each other, make sure we're communicating and bringing all the meetings and the information that we get from the meetings and the one-on-one talks with our coaches and put them onto the field.
Yeah.
Jevon, I do have one more football question, but I'm curious. A few of us here, even though we live in South Florida, we're hockey fans. I'm just curious, as a Canadian-born kid, do you watch hockey? Do you have a favorite team or player?
I don't watch hockey as much as I would like to, but I will say go Canucks because, that's the home team. So I always got to shout out to the home team. Go Canucks.
Right, I don't think they're in the playoffs. I got to check. I don't think they made it. The football question is, I know Barry mentioned earlier, he's from Miami, about playing both free safety and slot corner. I'm wondering, what advantages do you have as a player when you are in that center field role?
Can you say that one more time? You kind of skipped out a little bit.
When you're playing center field, when that's your role on a particular play, when you're in deep safety, deep field, what advantages can that provide for a defensive back?
The advantages come from understanding and knowing the plays and the defensive scheme, and that comes from the meetings. And so really that also comes from absorbing as much knowledge as possible so that I can go out there and help my team in any way, shape, or form.
Thanks.
No problem.
We got time for two more, Barry and then Safid.
Vaughn, I was just going to ask you, was it fun to participate in your first practice in 16 or 17 months these last couple of days? And are you proud of how you kept yourself in shape even while not playing a college football season last year?
I will say it's very fun being out there. I'm having a great time. This is everything I've looked for. So just excited to help my team, really.
And your shape, you obviously stayed in great shape. Was that a challenge? Are you pleased with where you are from a conditioning standpoint?
Like many of you know, Miami is abnormally hot, and I've been on the West Coast my entire life. I've never been to Florida, so it is a different type of heat. I try to stay in shape as much as possible, but adapting to the weather is definitely something that we really, try to do and that I'm trying to do. So really, it's adapt or die. So you got to adapt.